Coordinate system for a chart. A coordinate system is very important. The coordinate determines the position, the direction, and the position and direction of the graphical elements in the chart. Okay, so first, the coordinate system should first be determined. Then, in this coordinate system, to draw the graphical elements. The content of coordinate system includes axis objects, related objects, axis itself, axis type, axis title, value range, ticks, tick marks, tick labels, gridlines, multiple axis chart, logarithmic scale chart, and other properties. Okay. First, related property, related objects. Related objects, the main objects, axis and axis. For two-dimensional chart, there were two axes. The two axes is stored in the axis object. Okay. To extract the axis, you can use this syntax. The axis is a collection that has two parameters. The type specifies the axis of the type of the axis. You can specify a number 1, 2, 3 to specify the type. One means that the axis is a categorical axis, and 2 is a numeric axis. 3 is for a three-dimensional chart. The third axis. Okay. Axis group. This parameter is used to create a multiple axis chart. In multiple axis chart, there is a primary axis and a secondary axis. Okay, I just use this parameter to specify. It's a primary axis or a secondary axis. One corresponding to primary axis, 2 corresponding to secondary axis. Okay. Here we introduce the type of axis, categorical axis, and numerical axis. If a chart has at least one category chart, then we say that the chart is a categorical chart. If all the axes of a chart a numerical axis, we say this chart is a numerical chart. Okay. This is a concept. Okay, so it's an example. Application, a workbook, worksheet. Select data, bind data. Create the chart. Okay. Or the chart. Axis. This is a categorical axis or x-axis. This is a numerical axis. The data is numeric data. That data are often character data or strings. Okay. So this lesson introduces concepts of related or axis-related concepts. Okay. Axis. Okay. This lesson will introduce how to modify the properties of axis. Axis itself. Okay. We have introduced the type of axis, characteristical axis and the numeric axis. Here, we mainly introduce how to modify the properties of the axis. In fact, axis is a line. It's a line. Okay. It's a line. It's a line. So to modify the properties of axis is to modify the properties of line object. Okay. The properties of line objects mainly include corner, line width, and line style. So here we introduce how to modify the corner, line width, and line style of line. This example, first create the charts. Okay, then extract the horizontal axis, the categorical axis, x-axis. Then set the properties of the axis. Use axis. Use the border property of the axis to extract the line itself. Okay. Then use the properties of the line object to modify the properties of axis. First, use the corner index. Use index corner to specify the corner. Okay. Use the weight property to specify the line width. And also other properties here has minor Gridlines. Gridlines including major Gridlines and minor Gridlines. This property specify show or hide minor Gridlines. Here, show the minor Gridlines. For numerical axis, okay, y-axis, set corner, set line width. Also show minor Gridlines. This result. Okay, axis 1, axis 2 are wrong. Okay, axis. Axis title. To set axis title, okay. First, you should extract the axis, okay, and then set the value of the has title property to true, okay. This means that you want to show the title, okay. And then use the properties of the axis to modify or set the property of the axis, okay. For example, the string as the text of the title. And the font format of the title. In this example, first create the chart and chart the horizontal axis and vertical axis. Then set the value of has title of the horizontal axis to true. Then set the properties. Axis title property of the horizontal axis returns a text object. Okay, and then use the properties of text object to set the properties of the title. Okay. Here, the text of this title is x-axis title. Then set the font format italic. First, use the font property to return a font object. Then use the property of the font object to set the font format. Here, italic set to true. Color, set color. Okay. Then the vertical axis first set true to have title property. Then set text to the font. Okay. Horizontal axis, vertical axis. Okay. Horizontal axis, vertical axis. Okay. Axis title. Okay. Value range of value axis. This is suitable for value axis. Okay. Value axis is so-called numeric axis or vertical axis. Okay. A value axis has a property of minimal scale and maximal scale. Can use these properties to set the range of the values on this axis. Okay. In this example, first extract the value axis and set the value of minimal scale property and maximal scale property. Set 10 to minimal scale property, 200 to maximal scale scale property. So the range of value axis is 10 to 200. Okay. This is an example. Okay. Axis 2 is the value axis. Run. Okay. Vertical axis. Value axis 10 to 200. Okay. Value range of value axis. Okay, tick marks. Tick marks show lines on the axis used to help determine the position of data points on the chart. Okay. Two types of tick marks: the major tick mark and the minor tick mark. Okay. You use major tick mark and the minor tick mark properties to set the major and minor tick marks. First, the style of tick marks. To draw the short lines, to draw the tick marks on the axis, there is three styles. Okay, inside the axis, outside the axis, cross the axis, and none, and no tick mark. The first is the style, how to draw the axis. The second thing is the distance between adjacent major tick marks and the distance between the adjacent minor tick marks. Okay, this is major. Use major unit and the minor unit to set the distance. Tick mark spacing. This property set the distance between two adjacent tick marks on horizontal on category axis. Okay. These two properties, major units or two, minor units or two, use these two properties set the distance between adjacent major tick marks and the distance between adjacent minor tick marks automatically. Okay, this example. Create a chart. It tries a horizontal axis and a vertical axis. Then for horizontal axis, the category axis. So the major tick marks, the style is 4. 4 means that across the axis. The minor tick mark, the style is 2. 2 means inside. Okay. The tick mark spacing is 1. This is for category axis. Or for value axis, okay, you can set the distance between major tick marks, between adjacent tick marks, is 40. The distance between adjacent minor tick marks is 10. Okay, this is the example. Okay, first create the chart. Try the axis, the horizontal axis, the vertical axis. A vertical axis set the minor tick mark style is inside. Okay. The distance between adjacent major tick marks is 40. Distance between the adjacent minor tick marks is 10. Okay, horizontal axis, cross. Vertical axis, distance between adjacent major tick marks is 40. Distance between adjacent minor tick marks is 10. Okay, there's tick marks. Okay, tick labels. Okay, tick labels are tests corresponding to the position of the major tick marks on the axis. Okay, the labels annulate the values or categories corresponding to the major tick marks. For category axis, horizontal axis, the tests of the tick labels represent the names of the associated categories in the chart. Okay. You can use this property, tick label spacing. Use this property to set how many categories are displayed before a tick label is shown. The category axis. For value axis, the text labels correspond to the major unit, minimal scale, and maximum scale properties of axis. Okay. To change the tick label text for a value axis, you need to modify the values of this property. For value axis, the text labels is determined by the major units, maximum value and maximum minimum value, minimum scale and maximum scale. These properties. Okay. Tick labels property returns the tick labels of the specified axis. Use this property, tick label position property, to specify the position the tick labels on the axis. The values are listed in the table. Okay, high, low, next to the axis, none. Okay. Tick label spacing allows to return or set the number of categories or data series between each tick label. Tick label spacing is auto, then set the spacing automatically. This example creates a chart. Let's try the axis, then return the tick labels of the vertical axis, then set the number format to position high. This is the example. Modify the number format for vertical axis, and also the label position are wrong. Okay, the number format is modified. Okay, and the position is set to high. High means is the position that the horizontal axis, the maximum value is this position. Okay. Gridlines are represented by the gridlines object. Use border or format properties to set gridline color, line style, width, and other properties. Okay. Two types of gridlines, major gridlines and minor gridlines in different direction. Okay. Before setting these properties, you should set has major gridlines and has minor gridlines properties of the axis object set to true. Okay. For example, here create a chart. A chart axis for a horizontal axis set the value has major gridlines to be true. Okay, then set the properties of the gridlines. First, major gridlines. Major gridlines use border or format to modify the properties. Here, the border is used. The border return border objects represent the major gridlines. Then I use the properties of the border to set the properties. Here, color, line style. This is a horizontal axis. Then the vertical axis has major gridlines set to true. Then the border, the color of the border, the line style of the border. This is the first method. I use the border to set the properties of the major gridlines. The second method is use the format. Gridlines.format.line. Try the line format object. Then use the properties of the line format object to set the properties. But you know that the property names are different here. Okay, line style for border, dash style for the line format. Okay, show the example. Okay, use border to modify the properties. Run. Okay, gridlines. Multiple axis chart. Okay, two axis chart. For example, this chart have two vertical axes. The left one, the right one. Okay, both of these vertical axes have the same horizontal axis. This chart we call multiple axis chart. Okay, we have introduced that axis. The axis method. Axis method. Okay. The axis method has two parameters. The first parameter specifies the type of the axis. The second parameter, axis group, specifies the type of vertical axis. The vertical axis has two types. The first is primary vertical axis. The second is secondary vertical axis. Okay. Separately correspond to the value 1 and 2. Okay. 1 is primary. Second 2 is secondary. Okay. For example, here, first create the chart. Then it has two series. First, set the series 1. Set the axis group property of series 1 to 1. Set the axis group of series 2 to 2. That means a vertical axis for series 1 and a vertical series for series 2. Okay. To draw the chart. Okay. Series 2 is a 9. Series 2 marker style, color, mark size, labels. Okay, has data labels. Then draw the vertical axis. The primary axis, primary vertical axis. Here the label is 1. Okay, that means that this vertical axis is a primary vertical axis. Set the range of data. Okay, from 0 to 60. As title test. For secondary vertical axis, the number 2 means that is a secondary vertical axis from 10 to 160. A title test. Okay, a test example. Draw the chart. Set the vertical axis, the primary vertical axis and the secondary vertical axis. Run. Okay, multiple axis chart. Logarithmic scale chart. Okay. Use the scale type property of the axis object. You can return or set the scale type for the value axis. There are 2 types. By default, another scale is used. You can set the value to as a scale logarithmic. The example first create the chart, then set the value scale, the scale type of the value scale to as a scale logarithmic. Set it to logarithmic scale. Okay. Then show the minor scale, the minor Gridlines is the result. Okay. So the value axis, the scale is logarithmic. Okay. Okay, run. Okay, this is the result. Logarithmic scale chart. Other properties. Okay. This lesson we introduce two properties. The first is axis between categories. The second is crosses, and also another one is crosses edge. Axis between categories properties of the axis object. So the intersect point between the value axis and the category axis. Crosses property of axis object returns and sets the point that which the axis intersects with another axis. The possible values are listed in this table. Automatic, custom, maximal, minimal. If you set value to custom, then use classes edge property to set the position. The example first create the chart, then extract the vertical axis and set the crosses property to 2. Okay, 2 means its position of maximum value. Okay, the maximum value of vertical axis, or you can set it to a custom place and use crosses edge property to set the set the position. Okay. Okay. The intersection point is maximum value of the vertical axis. Okay. If the style is custom, then use crosses edge property to set the position. Here I set it to 50. Run. Now the intersection point is 50. Okay. This is the result. Chart element settings. Okay. what is chart element? Here, chart element will specify that the elements like a chart title, chart error, plot error, legend. These elements we call chart elements. This is different from graphical elements. Graphical elements will specify that points, lines, faces, and tests. These basic graphical elements. To set the properties of chart element, we have a quick method that is a SetElement method of chart object. The method has one parameter that you can set a value to this parameter to modify the properties of the chart element. Okay. The values are shown in this table. Each of the value corresponding to operation. Okay. For example, 0 means do not display chart title. 1 means corresponding to display the center, display title center as overlay. Okay. 2, display title above the chart. You can specify the position of the chart title. And each of the value has this corresponding operation. Okay. You can use the values to specify the properties quickly. Okay. This is a SetElement method. Okay. Chart error and plot error. What is chart error and what is plot error? Okay. So the chart. In this chart, the chart error is the green rectangle. Okay. This rectangle contains all the elements of the chart. Okay. This is called a chart error. The small rectangle contains the image. We call it plot error. The plot error is determined by the two axes. Okay. This plot error, chart error. So this lesson, we introduce how to modify the properties of chart error and plot error. Okay. First, you should get the chart error and the plot error. Then use properties of the object to modify the properties. Directly. See the example. First, create the chart. Then use chart error property of the chart object to get chart error object. Then use the properties of chart error to modify the properties. Here, I modify the corner, the four corner. Use shadow property to add a shadow for this error. This is chart error. Plot error. Use plot error property of chart object to get the plot error. PRA is a plot error object. Then use the properties of plot error to modify the outlook. Here, fill a picture in plot error and modify the color of series 2, the series 1. Okay. Remove or hide the green lines. Okay. Or hide the shadow. Okay. Test example. Okay, run. Run. Okay. The chart error. The for color of the chart error has been changed. Okay, change to green. Plot error, a picture field. Okay, at the shadow, the color of cells 1 has been changed. The green lines are being removed. Okay. Chart error and plot error. Legend. If the number in the chart, if the number of service in the chart is greater than 1, then you must add a legend to show that the meaning of each service. Okay. To show the legend, you must first set has legend property of the chart object to be true, to show the legend. Okay. Then use the legend property to return the legend object of the chart. Then use the properties of the chart object to modify the properties. The properties of the legend include the position of the legend, the values of the position property are listed in the table. Bottom corner are custom position. Left, right, top. And you can also use the format property of the legend object to return the chart object, chart format object, which you can be used to set the background and border of the legend. Okay, use font property to return a font object to set the font in the legend. Okay, and position. Here is an example. First, create a chart. Use legend property of the chart object to return a chart object. Then font property return a font object. You use the properties of font object to set the font format. Set color. Use the format property to return a chart format object. Then get the field in the chart, in the legend, and set the color of the field object. Get a line object in the legend, set the color. Then set position, set below the chart bottom. Okay, run. A legend, the legend. The position of the legend, okay. The format, the background and the border, okay. And the font format. Legend. Outputting. Output charts are being created. Here we introduce two methods. First is copy chart to the clipboard. The second method is save chart as image. Okay. First method, copy chart to clipboard. Okay. Use the method copy picture method of chart object. Two parameters: appearance, format. Appearance says how the image is copied. Value 1 copies the image as it appears on screen, is a default, and 2 copies the image as it appears when printed. The two are high quality. Okay. Format specifies the format of the copied image. When you true copy image as a bitmap, BMP, JPG, GIF, PNG. Value negative 4147 copies the image as a vector format, EMF, WMF, SVG. Okay. Bitmap or vector format. No example. You can test it by yourself. First, create a chart, then copy picture to the clipboard, then open applications such as Word or to paste the chart. Okay. Clip chart to clipboard. Save chart as an image. The second method. Use export method of a chart objects to save chart as image. 3 parameters: file name, filter name, and interactive. File name here is a required parameter. Specify the path and the file name for the exported file. Okay. Filter name. Filter name, for example, BMP, JPG, PNG, or SVG, etc. Okay. Interactive optional parameter is set to true. A dialog box appears with option for selecting the format. If set to false, the default options are used. Okay. Also, you can test the feature. Test the method by itself. First, create a chart, and then use the export method to export it to a specified position. Okay. Insert chart can be saved as a bitmap picture or a vector format picture. Now Excel support SVG. Pivot table. Okay. The next 6 chapters we introduce how to create pivot tables, how to create and edit pivot table with xlwings. Okay. To create a pivot table, we have 2 methods. First, let's see the raw data. Okay. Raw data, data source. Okay. We have 6 variables. Okay. The first order number, index. Okay. Column B, product. Column C, category. Column D, amount. Column E, date. Column F, origin. Okay. Remember this: product, category, amount, origin. Use it. The first method, PivotTableWizard. Use this method to create. We create a pivot table function. Use the PivotTableWizard method of the worksheet object. Okay, API method. This method has 2 parameters: source type and source data. Source type, here the source type is a worksheet. So set the value to the constant Excel database. Okay. Source data specifies the cell lines contains the raw data. Okay. The name of the pivot table, set the name pivot. Then set fields. Fields include a page field, column field, row field, and value field. Okay. First, set the page field. The category set to page. Product set to column field. Origin set to row field. Amount set to value field. This is a pivot table created by PivotTableWizard. Okay. Show the example of pivot table. Create a pivot table as this function we have just introduced. The above code. First, open the pivot.xlsx, the raw data, source data. Okay. Get active worksheet. Get a cell range. Then add a new worksheet to contain the pivot table. Says the name of the worksheet. Okay. Use the function to create the pivot table. Create a new worksheet is created, and it contains a new the pivot table. This is the pivot table created by PivotTableWizard method. This is the first method to create pivot table with xlwings. This lesson we will introduce the second method, creating pivot using cake. Okay. Create a pivot table function. First, get the cell range includes the pivot table. Okay. Then create a pivot table cake. Use pivot cakes method or the workbook to return a pivot cake object. Then use the create method of the pivot cakes object to create the pivot table cake. This method, create method, has two parameters. The first is the source type. Source type here is worksheet, so the constant is Excel database. Okay. The second parameter, source data, specifies the cell range contains the raw data. Okay. Then create a pivot table. Use create pivot table method of pivot table cake object to create a new pivot table. Two parameters, table destination specifies the position to show as a pivot table. Okay. Table name specify name for the new pivot table. And then set fields for this pivot table. Page field, column field, row field, value field. Specify category. Category as the page field. Product, column field. Origin, row field. Amount, value field. Okay, this is a pivot table created by Cake. Okay. The example. First, open the Excel file. Contains raw data pivot.xlsx. Get active worksheet. Get a cell range that contains raw data. Add a new worksheet. Set name for it. Function create pivot table. Then use the function to create a new work table. Okay. Okay, the pivot table created here. This is a pivot table created by Cake. Okay. First, create a pivot table Cake object. Then use the method create pivot table method of the pivot table Cake object to create this method. Use Cake to create pivot table. Referencing a pivot table. To reference a pivot table, we can use the method indexing. Okay, indexing. All the pivot tables in the workbook are stored in a collection object called pivot tables. Okay, here is S, pivot tables. Please note that the pivot tables here is a method. Okay, so you should add a circle bracket here. All pivot tables are stored in this collection. So if you want to extract one of the pivot table to edit, you must first extract it from the collection. How to extract? This method is called index. Okay, index. You can use the index number or the name of the pivot table to index it. For example, here the index number 1 means that you want to extract the first pivot table in the collection. First extract it, then use the name property to return the name of the pivot table. Okay. The second method to index is use the name of the pivot table. The name stretch. Okay. Then use name property to get the name of the pivot table. Okay. First, create the pivot table. Then reference the pivot table. Use print function to output the count. To output the count, the number of the pivot table in the collection. Okay, I return the name of the first pivot table in the collection. Return the name of a pivot table. Return. Okay. Output. Run. First, the count is 1 here. The name of the first pivot table is pivot. Also pivot. Referencing pivot table. Refreshing pivot table. Okay. If the value, if some values are being changed in the raw data, okay, then we can refresh the pivot table with xlwings. Okay. Here, define a function to modify the data. To modify the data, in the worksheet contains the raw data in the cell F2. Modify the data to China. Okay. Then define update function. Use first get the pivot table, and then use the refresh table method to refresh the pivot table. Okay. Create pivot table. Modify data. Update the pivot table. Okay. First create, then modify, then update. Okay. Run. This is the pivot table being refreshed. Okay. Here, either 9 China. So the origin either China. This is different from the pivot table created and then before examples. Okay. Refreshing pivot table.